Am I wrong for divorcing my husband for putting a camera in our house to prove a point about me? The wife is only considering divorce, but as a divorce attorney, let's talk about why putting these cameras in the house might be illegal in some situations. It's been about a month since I, 46 female, found out my husband, 47 male, had put a hidden camera in our living room to prove that I'm lazy and worthless. Oh my gosh. This escalated quickly. It was a small disguised camera hidden inside what looks like a charging block. He stuck one in the living room outlet. We have 3 kids, 16 female, 14 male, and 12 female, who all have a bunch of chargers and such, so I did not suspect. The point my husband was trying to prove was that my administrative skills are not up to the super stay-at-home mom standards he has as a high earner as he deserves. This all started after a situation where my 12-year-old needed a permission slip signed and forms filled out in order to go on a class trip. I admit that things happened and we missed the submission deadline. I had made a note to fill out the forms on another day since it was a task I needed to be 100% focused on. But it became the start of a new month, and that's when I do most of my shopping and tracking and household/bills and subscriptions. I do daily cleaning, but we use a service for deep cleaning/landscaping that I had to supervise. That is a lot of work. Being a stay-at-home mom is harder than you think. High earners, just because you go out and make a paycheck doesn't mean that your stay-at-home wife is not doing her duties, because some things may slip through the cracks. Like a permission slip? Are we really complaining about that? Long story short, my 16-year-old calls my husband after picking up her sister, saying she was crying because she can't go on her trip. My husband drives to the school to beg them to let him fill out the forms out in the office. Thankfully, they let him since it was the same day. I apologize profusely. At least it got done. Let's see why this is a problem. My husband, who is a self-employed HVAC technician, laid into me about how he has so many calls a day, but still handles the administrative aspect of his job, communications, and bookkeeping. I yelled back because his work is so concentrated while my work at home has a bunch of moving parts and emotional labor as well, and I do it all behind the scenes. He digs his heels in about how I wasn't as busy and needed to do easy things better. What do you mean easy things? She's running your household. A week later, he picks a fight with me about not going that day to mail checks out to his employees when I could have done it the next day. Wait. So you're telling me that he's telling you that you're not getting things done around the house, but you're also working in his business by mailing out checks to his employee? Why didn't he do it? If he has so many things going on at work and he's able to get it all done, how come he's not mailing his checks? Oh no, he cannot play these games. Let's go, boy! He admits to the camera and starts citing proof of times I was on the phone, and that automatically equals goofing off. I was on my phone researching meals to fit my daughter's dietary restrictions while keeping her healthy as a ballet dancer. I was looking into subscriptions for frozen but healthy meals she and the rest of us could have on the go or at home. The fact that he took offense to me occasionally lying down when I was researching, or that I had taken a TV break before preparing dinner, did it for me. He knew that my days are crazy during the first days of the month, which was when the permission slip debacle happened. I kicked him out of the house. It's been a month, and friends have been saying that I'm missing the fact that there are others out there who would not disregard the things I do to make being high earning possible. I end up seeing an attorney, and I just filed for a divorce because I feel violated and devalued. Am I wrong? Y'all already know what to do. Make sure you're commenting down below. As you know, I am a California attorney, and we are going to be talking about this under California law. I'm not quite sure where this poster is. Remember, this is not legal advice. I am just giving my opinion based on my legal experience. If you have a similar situation, make sure to consult an attorney in your area. Now let's get into it. I am a lawyer, but I definitely understand the struggles of a stay-at-home mom. A lot of divorces are actually filed by stay-at-home moms because the other person does not value what that stay-at-home mom is contributing to the relationship. In this situation, the husband doesn't value what she's contributing to the relationship by cleaning, cooking, taking care of the children, all of the above, and even mailing his checks out for his business, which makes me wonder what else she is doing in his business and whether he is compensating her fairly for taking on those tasks in his business. But either way it goes, it's not illegal for her to want to divorce her husband. But what may be illegal is the fact that he put cameras in the house without telling her. And I know some people may say,
well, it's his house. He should be able to put cameras wherever he wants to.
True. However, he does have a spouse in that house and she does have a say in whether there are cameras in her house. And there are several ways that him putting these cameras in the house could be considered illegal. So let's talk about them. So if it is a video only camera, it could be considered legal because it's considered surveillance of the home as long as it's not in any private areas like the bathroom, bedrooms, things of that nature. He could probably get away with it if this video had no audio. Now, if the video actually has audio, he may fall into a situation where it's considered wiretapping. And in California, in order to be able to record conversations, all parties have to consent to the recordings. So the wife did not consent to these cameras because she didn't know about these cameras. So he could be violating wiretap laws if these videos had any audio to it. Let's continue to talk about why this can be illegal. California has voyeurism statutes, which makes it illegal to record in places that people have a reasonable expectation of privacy. That includes bedrooms, bathrooms, changing rooms, or dressing areas. In this situation, it sounds like it was put in the living room, so he probably is going to fall more under surveillance versus putting it in a private area. And while he may not be violating voyeurism rules by putting the camera in the living room, he may still be invading the wife's privacy and violating invasion of privacy laws. Because although the cameras are in a shared space, the wife probably still has an expectation of privacy, although it's in the living room or the kitchen, because it is her home and she does not have expectation that someone would be recording her in her own home. So why would she expect that her husband is going to put a hidden camera in her house to catch her doing something wrong? And although the room is not an intimate space, she still has a reasonable expectation not to be recorded without her permission in her house, also known as a reasonable expectation of privacy. So while the wife is only considering divorce in this situation, she might also want to consider pressing criminal charges against her husband for putting a hidden camera in her house. Because if there is audio, she can say that she did not consent to having her conversations recorded. And she can argue an invasion of privacy because he put cameras in their house without her consent, where she had a reasonable expectation of privacy. But anyways, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out the next video where the mother-in-law is threatening to take custody of her grandchildren from the parents.